Hello everybody, welcome to Magia Record episode 9 anime review. In this episode we met who I presume is going to be the 5th member of the quote-unquote main cast of our main gang of magical misfits. That's what we'll call them. She's alright. I don't really have much more to say. Feels like they really crammed... This episode feels like they could have split it in two, but instead they crammed it into one, which, hey, I get, you got time constraints and that. But it kind of showed, because they were like, introductions, backstory, conclusion, and mini fight there as well. It was very sort of condensed and crammed together, but hey, it was fine, Anyway, let's get into the episode, see what went down and everything. Let's do this. The episode begins with the invisible ghost girl rumor. We kind of figure out throughout this episode the invisible ghost girl. It's Sana Futaba. Well, we'll get there when we get there. I'll say what happened. Iroha and the gang talk to the person who sent the text, who we learn out is called I, and she's actually an Uwasa in the Endless Solitude, and her whole thing is she wants to be deleted because she doesn't want to bring any more people in. Her whole thing is she brings people into the Endless Solitude, and only one person can be there at a time. So bring someone in, throw the other person out, even though that's not true, because in this episode there was like 3 people in there at once, so immediately, it doesn't quite work. So not great there, I. Anyway, Sana Futaba is the girl that's in there now, we learn. So basically what they've got to do, they've got to go to this tower and jump off it. Now at that point is when I'd be like, okay, I need proof here that you're telling the truth, because I'm not jumping off a tower without no goddamn proof. And but no, they do. They head to the tower. Baby Kyubei's there, Kyubaby. Iroha volunteers to go in, which is weird because she's the most useless of the bunch. Although I guess they're not expecting an actual fight, so I guess it sort of makes sense. But still, send Yachio. She's really strong. That's what I would do. Yachio tells her, hey, Sana Futaba might be happy there and might not want to leave, so you might anger her by doing this. But then Kyubei just sort of makes the decision for her. She just jumps, and then she jumps after it, and they both fall into the death, and they all die. Oh, they probably wouldn't die because magical girls, but it'd be a hard thing to explain if you jumped off the tower, landed, but you were still alive. I don't think there'd be any explaining that to any pedestrians who just so happen to be walking underneath. Like, oh my god, she's alive. But no, yeah. So Iroha and Baby Kyubei end up in the Endless Solitude. Although doesn't Baby Kyubei disappear? He might do. I have no idea what's up with the Baby Kyubei. It's one of life's great mysteries. This next section starts with a flashback. It's Sana waking up in the Endless Solitude, not Fortitude, that's a different thing. Endless Solitude by herself. Basically, she had a good time playing with I, who Sana was the one that gave the name to. She was just an AI. We get I's backstory. She was like an AI that was discarded by some research facility and then became an Uwasa somehow. Fine. Sana wants to stay forever, but that's not what's going to happen. And her wish when she became a magical girl from Kyubei was to be invisible. So the old invisible girl thing, that's because of her wish from Kyubei. We get her backstory where she had a stepfather and a step siblings, and basically they didn't like her very much, and she wasn't really part of the family, so she was sort of ostracized from them. Didn't have no friends. She was a loner anyway. Became invisible. Still didn't make her happy. So then she jumped into the Endless Solitude and everything, and yeah, it's a bit like, oh, I felt really bad for her when it was going like all her family and that were just abandoning her. I was like, oh, I feel bad for you. Like, it would have been nice if, like I said, I felt bad, but it would have been better if it had been spread out a bit more. I think that's a thing that's hurting this series quite a lot, is the excuse me, the cramming of every arc, we'll call it, is done in like 2 episodes. That's hurting it. Bloody stylish though, we'll get to some more in a minute. But anyway, then they are in the present day and Iroha shows up and they're both in the Endless Solitude together, proving that more than one magical girl can be in the... And I thought it would be literally like one's in and then the other one jumps in, it's like a pshoom, now you're out. But no, it's like, oh, we're both in together. I feel like you don't know the meaning of the word solitude. So they meet and they have a little discussion. Sana knows about the wings of Magius already. I don't think she's affiliated with them, it doesn't seem, but she's aware of them. I says, hey, it's time for you to go and live with actual people. But Sana's like, no, I don't want to do that. All I need is I basically is like, I need to be deleted because otherwise the Magius are going to tell me what to do, and I don't agree with their goals. So, you know, while I have this free will and all that, you need to kill me. And but then another girl shows up. She's called Alina Grey, and she's of the Wings of the Magius. She's got a cool design. And then she's like, right, you're really interesting, AI. So I'm gonna kill Sana to make you even more interesting, because you're basically a person at this point, which is true. They have a little bit of a fight. Sana has a shield. Just, you know, add it to the list of cool characters that have shields. Feel like that's been the last few years or year or two. It's just, hey, shields are cool too. Which, yeah, shields are alright. Then I teleports Alina away from them briefly because she's like an AI and she can hack into things. It's sort of like a virtual world, but not really. It's like a labyrinth, but she's got like hacking powers, but not hacking because she's like the GM, I guess. It's crazy scenes. Tells Sana to destroy her, and then she turns into like a mirror version of Sana because that makes it easier. It's like, oh, don't worry, I look like you now. Let's just put this knife in me. It's like, I wouldn't want to stab myself. Like, I'd rather stab a stranger than stab myself, if that makes any sense. Maybe that's just me. But no, she gives her a little crown. It's like, we'll be together forever. Sana gives her the old stab. And yeah, then I guess the world begins to crumble. The labyrinth begins to crumble. Post-credits scene. The other three that were left behind being Yachiyo, Surano, and the other one, Felicia. They're just sitting there waiting, and they're like, you know what? If there's an exit, that means we can find the exit. We can get in through the exit. So then they're like, it must be at that big old tower over there. Did I write down what it was called? Central Tower? Kamihama Central Tower? They're like, let's go over there and sort it out. So if we end up with 6 magical girls, or 5, no 6 because the bad one as well. 6 magical girls in the Endless Solitude, I feel like they you know, they're forgetting their own rules a little bit. But, you know, that might not happen. But yeah, kind of glad this arc didn't get finished up in 2 episodes, because we started last week, then we got this week. It looks like it's going to continue into next week as well, unless they're just going to pop out and be like, we did it, we won, let's go have ice cream or something. It's a welcome Sana into our group. That could happen. I can see that happening. She's definitely going to join their group, because then there's 5 of them, and then they can fight the original cast. That's all I want, if you couldn't tell. But yeah, we got, what, 3 episodes? No, 4 episodes left. And I'm not sure where we're going. I don't think we really haven't had enough time in 13 episodes. So I reckon we're either not getting a full-on adaptation, or it's just going to be split. That's what I reckon. I'm not sure where we could go from here, like what direction we're going to go in. Hopefully that girl from the beginning comes back. I know she was an anime original character, but this is an anime, so give her an anime original story to wrap up in a similar vein to the others. But yeah, I definitely still enjoying this. Obviously when what's her name, the bad one, Alina, started attacking. They had this cool like rainbow effect. It was Madoka style, and it was awesome, and I liked it. So yeah, that'll do from me. Thank you everybody for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing and stuff for more reviews. I would appreciate it greatly. I will see you next week for another episode of this, and bye guys.